Hey guys, Scary Stories here. I have a pretty good one for you tonight. Do you ever feel like, when you wake up in the middle of the night, that you're being watched? Well, that's how the protagonist of our story felt when she kept waking up at 2 in the morning, night after night. I won't give too much away, but I'll just let you know that this one's a doozy. I hope you enjoy. So, this is why I'm scared of the dark. My mom and I moved into a completely normal and average-looking house. This was back when I was about 15. Everything was fine, we loved it, but one day when I was home, sick, from school, I was messing around on the computer when I heard our garage door open. I completely freaked out. I went down the hall to get my mobile phone and saw the hallway door that connects to the garage opening. I panicked and yelled, "Get out!" And 2 boys slammed the door and ran off. I started to cry and called my mom. I don't know why I didn't call the police first, but she told me to go next door to my neighbor's house and that she was going to come home from work. When she got home from work, she was speaking to my neighbor a bit about it. The neighbor ended up telling us that she thought it was probably the young boy that lived in the house before us. Apparently, he sometimes goes to other people's houses and breaks in. She said the breaking in part very casually because he doesn't take anything. He just likes to eat their food and watch TV and stuff. For whatever reason, everybody seemed okay with this. Apparently he came from some sort of broken home, and they all felt sorry for him, so they didn't call the police. Mom and I were completely unsettled by this, and we put new locks on all the doors that week. We didn't care if our other neighbors were okay with him coming into their houses. We certainly weren't. A few months pass, and nothing ever happens again. We figured that he knows that we're not cool with his weirdness and doesn't try to break in again. A week or so goes by, and I wake up in the middle of the night for no reason at all. I'm not hot or cold. I don't have to use the bathroom. I didn't have a nightmare. I just woke up. I had this incredibly uneasy and weird feeling wash over me. I felt like something or someone was watching me. I don't know. I got completely freaked out. I went to my mom's room and slept in her bed that night. It kept happening a few nights, and I thought I was just having nightmares or was just getting scared of the dark for some reason. I ended up sleeping in my mom's bed for about a week because I was legit scared of the dark now. I finally worked up the courage to sleep in my own bed one night, but I could barely sleep. I felt totally uneasy and nervous and scared. I got to sleep for a bit, but then I woke up again. I turned my head and looked outside my window, and I could swear I saw a man's face. Just this figure of somebody standing there. Obviously, I noped out of there and ran back to my mom's room. One of the nights I was back in her bed, we were all asleep and feeling fine. But that's when I wake up to my dog at the end of the bed, growling. Now, our dog's an old golden retriever and has never growled or barked at anything. She's a huge wuss and completely placid. She has no problem with strangers, even if someone's knocking at the door. And if they come in, she couldn't care less. So, waking up, all dazed and confused and half asleep, I hear my dog growling, and I'm asking her, "What's wrong?" I look up from the bed, and I kid you not, there's a man standing in the doorway with a knife. I screamed like a banshee, and the dog started to bark at this point. Mom woke up and saw the man too. He went running down the hallway and out the back door. I'm crying my eyes out, and the dog's barking her face off. Mom's frantically trying to call the police. About an hour later, they finally get here, but of course, the dude's gone. Morning comes, and we go outside to see that the back gate to our house had its locks cut with bolt cutters. The door actually leading into the house had been smashed in. How we slept through that, I don't know. The cops came in and dusted for prints, but at the end of the day, they couldn't do anything about it. I guess this guy wasn't in the system or something. Either way, we moved out that same day and went to live with my grandma and grandpa until we found a new house. Pretty much no one believed us. Neither our family, neighbors, no one. They all thought we were just making it up for attention. Jerks, I know. But a few weeks later, we get a call from the police. They actually managed to match some of the prints to a teenager who just got arrested for breaking into another house. It's the same guy that's been breaking into all the houses in the neighborhood and used to live in the house that we lived in. So Mom's talking to the cops and some of the neighbors when suddenly someone tells us, completely casually, "Oh yeah, that's that Malat kid." Wait, did they just say Malat? Yeah, pretty much any Australian will know the last name. Ivan Malat. His nephew was breaking into our home while we were sleeping with a knife. And people were okay with this. Anyways, we move into a new house and forget all about it. Until about a year ago. Malat nephew gets 43-year jail sentence. He and his friend offed another teenager in the same place his uncle dumped all those people. What the hell? So, the guy that broke into our house watched me while I was asleep and stood in our bedroom doorway with a knife actually offed another teenager a few years later. Mom and I nearly fell over when we heard about it. Still, no one really believes us, which kind of upsets me. But it really did happen. Sometimes when I think back on what could have happened if I'd slept in my own bed that night, or if the dog didn't bark, or if I never woke up, it really freaks me out. It's also left me with a really huge fear of the dark. I get really uneasy if I have to go outside at night by myself, or if I wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I even have panic attacks when I go outside to put the bins out at night. Oof. Well, what'd you think of that one? If you're into true crime at all and you haven't heard of Ivan Milat, you should definitely watch some videos on him. I'd recommend checking out Explore With Us. They have a really good video on him that they put up about a year ago. Really interesting and disturbing story. I won't go into any detail about it because I don't know what YouTube allows and what they don't at this point, but definitely check out some channels that covered him if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I think that chapter might have had a video on him as well. Also, amazing channel. But if you want to watch a more fictitious rendition of his crimes, we'll say, you should check out Wolf Creek. The main bad dude in it's very creepy. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now. Let me know what you think of the video, or just say hi in the comments. If you like the video, give it a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider clicking that little red button down below. And yeah, I'll leave it there for now. I hope you're taking care of yourself and treating yourself well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.